quiet today. That's strange. Usually by now the critics are arguing with the philosophers. The philosophers are arguing with the reflections, and the reflections are arguing with the ceiling fan. But today, nothing. Maybe things might actually be great. Maybe the mind finally found peace. But yeah, congratulations, you made it through another night inside the glass house. But don't get comfortable, because today isn't Monday, Tuesday, or someday. No, this right here is the start of another year. The day when the third voice shows up, and trust me, he loves introductions. Yeah. Yeah. Hear it say broken records, say I'm a heartbreaker. Set ablaze, not burned away, eternal flame, hellraiser. Shirt mine insides, plug alive, mass spot smokes at 25 tries. Next of kin who never moves in, stretch like cord, let the fire begin in or. I knock on doors inside your core. I knock on doors inside your core. I knocked on doors inside your core. I knocked on doors inside your core. Yeah, this parent is reckless. Critic, yeah, genius plan, real impressive. Oh, come now, don't look so sore. You two been fighting since forever before. One of you bounce halls out of order. One of you laps and sets fire to the border. But listen close, this is the score. Switching is inferior, Smurmelder. Ling Houston fiction, perfect match. Edge meets fast, rest it clash, flash, foots dispatch. Throw strange mics, the brain just catched. Broken record, spin the track. Critic snaps, just the back. But every time they interact, for another match, for another match. Yeah, another match, marking lines, so go heck or game more. I'll be waiting with the box of 4. Strike by strike, the fire will grow, 'cause every great flame needs tubes to glow.
Hey, walk in, one spine, 2 egos. Arguing with my head like it's 3 though. Left brain lectures in legalese. Right brain flexes in Portuguese. Tongue doing tug of war, trash talk. Trip over big words, small socks. Bro, you a scholar? Nah, I'm a typo. Dictionary ass, but I'm built like a gyro. Spinning. Self-help hoodie with the tag still on. Quote deep books, I ain't read that long. Manifest mansions, can't find my keys. Enlightened, but I still say please. One body, 2 mouths, both loud. Talking like a duo in a solo crowd. Roast myself, then I take that bow. Who said that? Me did, sit down. One body, 2 mouths, on stage. Arguing in cursive across one page. Clowning this consciousness right now. Who that? Us, bro? Pipe down, pipe down. I wake up, legs on myself like a TED Talk. Trip on my aura, enlightened sidewalk. Sovereign soul still leads my car. Third eye open, can't parallel park. Making on Zoom in the fridge, there's wings. Post long threads by material things. Detached from outcome, attached to snacks. Inner child wildin', wants fruit snacks. Spiritual flex, do a sage spray, then doom scroll comments the rest of the day. High vibration, but my playlist foul. Gospel in the morning, pure minutes by 12. One body, 2 mouths, both loud. Talking like a duo in a solo crowd. Roast myself, then I take that bow. Who said that? Me did, sit down. One body, 2 mouths, off beat, still arguing over who get the last seat. Clowning this consciousness right now. Who that? Us, bro. Pipe down. Pipe down. I am the featuring host. I am the roast in the roast. I am the caption and post. Fighting myself for the most. Talk like a prophet, walk like a meme. Two little voices, one big scheme. If I ever say we, it's just me. Crowded inside, but the rent ain't free. One body, 2 mouths, both loud. Talking like a duo in a solo crowd. Roast myself, then I take that bow. Who said that? Me did, sit down. One body, 2 mouths, same face. Tag team joking from the same rib cage. Counting this consciousness right now. Who that? Us, bro, pipe down.
I will be the inheritance, storm in the testament, name in the letterhead, sign with a heaven sent.
I was raised in the eye of it. Rain in my veins, I embody it. Turn on my scars to a covenant. Whispers and thunder, I'm under it. Knees on the tile, still arrogant. Talking to God like a relative. Keep me alive, I'ma carry it. Blessings and pressure, I'm married in.
I will be the inheritance, heavy like a hurricane. If I'm paired in this narrative, then my presence split the frame. Every promise that they buried, I'ma dig it up in flames. I will be the inheritance, say my name, feel the rain.
Tough love, I was tailored in it. Heart cold, then I pray within it. Now my faith got a razor in it. Cut chains when I say I'm in it. I don't chase crowns, I inherit them. Talk sharp, but my spirit trim. Every loss just a little hymn. Every no just a pre to win.
Will be the inheritance, heavy like a hurricane. If I'm paired in this narrative, then my presence split the frame. I'ma dig it up in flames. I will be the inheritance, say my name, feel the rain. Hands up high, that's war pain. Chest out wide, that's pure sane. Fear in my lungs, I exhale it, turn it to smoke and inhale faith. I will be the inheritance, heavy like a hurricane. If I'm paired in this narrative, then my presence shifted pain. Every promise that they buried, I'ma dig it up in flames. I will be the inheritance, say my name, feel the rain. Yeah.
Wow, I swear I heard that before. Same old waves on the same old shore. Seashell talk from a seashell, see more. Selling that noise, but the stock ain't sure. Wow, yeah, I heard that before. Different mouth, but the script's on core. Every complaint like a recycle war. Same old ghost at the same old door. Architect of archaeology, digging through the psyche, burning herbs of Apawara, trying to think politely. I'm alive, that don't mean that I know the story, just means the fossil in my dome still searching for its glory. Capture rap, rev the motor like a hava lost a roar. Thoughts run laps through the cortex corridor. They toss assumptions like confetti at the floor. I just smile like click, 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 click. Wow, I swear I heard that before. Same old tide hit the same old shore. Seashell gossip from a seashell, same more. Selling cheap out at the dollar store. Wow, I swear I heard that before. Same old tide hit the same old shore. Seashell gossip from a seashell, same more. Selling cheap out at the dollar store. Rocking like prophets but echo the rumor. Toxic opinions bloom sooner than tumors. I brush it off like lint from a suit. Then suddenly, yeah, right, yeah, wrecking the record for reckless reward. Hold up, I didn't hear you come and get you step through the door. I've been here the whole time in the back of your thought. Every rhyme that you fought, every line that you caught. So the critic that's talking ain't somebody outside. Nah, that's the tenant that lives in your mind. Wow, maybe I heard that before. Same 2 feet on the same floor. 2 voices arguing over the core. One knocks twice on the mirror door. Why this idea is strong? Yeah, it mixes. It also fits the all personality rap style. Using songs like Guilty Conscience by Eminem, but yours leans more surreal and poetic. It also fits in your raw writing that stands out as the ox stream of consciousness wordplay. Architect to archaeology. Architect to archaeology. Architect to archaeology. Architect to archaeology. Architect to archaeology.
B. Shaletti's voice occupies a slightly different rhythmic pocket. One mic, 2 minds, split signal in the same spine. I walk with the weight of a world on my shoulders. Purpose and posture, my principles bolder. Shoulders look tense though, preacher relax. You preaching salvation but checking the stats. Truth don't bend for applause or attention. I carry conviction with calm comprehension. Convictions convenient when nobody's testing it. Funny how virtue gets louder in resonance. I study the systems that swallow the soul. Balance the breath till the spirit feels whole. Whole lot of balance but life still tipping. You aiming for heavens while earth still stipping. One soul speaking truth through the storm. Same soul laughing when halos deform. Light finds form in the choices I make. Shadow just shows where the ego might break. 2 sides speaking out of one frame. Different cadences, same last name. I move with intention, every bar like a prayer. Aligning the mind till the conscience is clear. Prayer's a good posture, but answer me this: why righteous men still need applause for the bliss? Discipline builds what temptation erases. Maybe, but discipline sometimes wears faces. Faces reflect what the mirror reveals, or what the observer quietly conceals. I'm reaching for wisdom that lifts up the crowd. Crowds get loud for the calmest of clowns. Stand firm in the truth. Truth shifts when the angle adjusts. Walk straight through the storm. Storms teach you the weather you trust. Same breath, same chest, different rhythm, beating in the test. Clarity carved in the cadence I carry. Honor the oath in the bars that I bury. Honor's adorable hero, no lie. But sometimes the joke is the crown that you try. I'm aiming for peace in the patterns I place. Peace is just quiet when conflict's in place. Then maybe the lessons accepting the storm. Finally talking some sense for a bit.
One voice searching heaven and rhyme.
One voice reminding in humor's divine.
Balance the light that you claim.
Balance the shadow you blame.
2 rappers fighting the same fight.
Echoes of one mind learning the right.
One mic,
2 tones, the righteous and the witness. Both belong to the same voice. To the same voice. Both belong to the same voice. To the same voice. Use the pre-subtle differences between the voices. Yeah. Use 3 subtle differences between the voices. Righteous voice. Righteous voice. Slightly deeper. Strike with the eagle beat. Shupon, Bensley, maleachable rhyme schemes, looser punchline style. Freaks of effect. Pan one voice slightly left and the ever right in the mix. This makes us feel like 2 rappers in a cipher, even though it's 1 artist. If you want, I can also show you as next level version of this concept that Suno or any AI music generator will understand better. A call and response rap script format that forces the AI to automate voices automatically.
1 mic, 2 tones.
The righteous and the witness.
1 mic, 2 tones.
Both belong to the same voice.
1 mic, 2 tones.
The righteous and the witness.
1 mic, 2 tones.
Both belong to the same voice. Use the 3 subtle differences. The pan of voices.
Then back it up. Admit the shit, you need me breathing. You a rug that needed sweeping. Got stepped on like the Seaman Street. Now you're fly, Michael Keaton. I ain't tripping, read the sequence. You knew this from the beginning. If you vanish, that decision, but you know who's coming with it. You parasiting my reflection. Every flaw becomes your weapon. You whispered out like it's confession and called the damage self-expression. Nah, I just say the truth, you high. You want a throne but fear to climb. You polish halos in your mind while I'm the voice that keeps you alive. Why this works? Why just say you Chris a blink? Why this bridge is saying you told the shot? You can make it even stronger by performing. You can make it even stronger by performing. Stronger by performing. Stronger by performing. Stronger by performing. One thing I really like in your writing is the unexpected metaphors like now you'll fly Michael Keaton. Those are real punches giving personality. If you want, I can also.
You two almost agreed for half a second. That's progress.
Here's these broken records say I'm a heartbreaker. Strike sparks and storms, eternal flame, hellraiser. Sharp mind and sight spark alive. Matchbox thoughts in a tear near the 5 drive. 2 cold flints with stubborn pride. I step between and let them collide. Call me neighbor, next of kin. I live where all your thoughts begin. Yiga or nah, either more. I'm knocking loud on the mind's front door.
This won't work. The logic's flawed.
Yeah, Real cute. Nice sales pitch, boss.
Oh, come on now, don't spoil the fun. Every great fire starts with on one. You got order, you got doubt. Two sharp edges, figuring out. Friction edge meets flat just right. Strike once.
Suddenly flight.
Suddenly.
Suddenly fight.
Conflict breeds collapse.
Yeah, or comedy.
Exactly. See, you're already. Strike a match, let the tension catch. Odd pair of minds, but the sparks attach. You say clash, I say chemistry. Every war starts a symphony. Strike a match, don't hide the spark. Best ideas start in the dark. Two strange halves in a stubborn brain make lightning when they entertain. Why the tone works, the matchmaker becomes.
Black philosophy.
They're not trying to eliminate conflict. They're saying, if disagreement is the source of the fire.
So the whole mental world becomes a fucking sepulchral stage play inside one head.
Or a small stylistic trick you could use. Each way sauce, different rhythm.
Trippy cadence.
Pretty queen quick, sarcastic bars. Matchmaker cool, bouncing rhythm. Listening's hearing, it will sound like three rappers in conversation, even though it's one person.
In this vessel, traveled far, left exhausted. Used to pedal a rose through pressure. Felt the fossil in my pocket, Architect of what collapsed. Built a chapel out of napkins. Every crack a little caption. Every doubt a metal strap. And stature in the rusted rafters. Rap tore through the fractures. Colossal valors, crooked ladders. Talking back to every chapter. Cap door swinging off the hinges. Light leak on my knuckles. Let it be known it came through every busted lens. Every stumble, yeah. That was the day in the violence hymn. Head held broken, halo thin. Atom split, even needing dim. Still I hum that violence hymn. Captivated by this hamper full of seeds. All this dirt, all these future colored dreams. Angel voices in the static when I spin. Teaching me to rise in the crumbs of color on the counter, bit of sunset on the floor. Jungle in the radiator, little rivers in the door. I was bargaining with shadows, they were laughing in reverse. Every failure like a sample, every burden, every burst. Now I'm walking through the wreckage like it's rows and rows of fruit. Every bruise another blessing, every fracture bearing fruit. Yeah. That was the day in the violence hymn. Head held broken, halo thin. Atom split, even needing dim. Still I hum that violence hymn. Captivated by this hamper full of seeds. All this dirt, all these future colored dreams. Angel voices in the static when I spin. Teaching me to rise in the violence hymn.
Tongue flick quick in the dust slide. Heartbeat swing with the bus ride. Thought I lost it all in the landslide. Found a quiet little sunrise inside. That was a day in the valley, Tim. Head held broken, halo thin. Atom split, even eating grim. Still I hung that balance, Tim. Contemplated by this hamper full of seeds. All this dirt, all these future color dreams. Angel voices in the static when I spin, teaching me to rise in the balance. Rise to the
Yeah. You ever notice how quiet a room gets? Half the argument nobody else heard. No broken glass, no slammed doors, just a mind catching its breath. I hosted a debate in the house made of mirrors. One voice wore a crown and spoke like a judge. One voice carried laughter like a knife in the sleeve. And somewhere between the sparks stood a fool with a matchbox, calling himself ex-matchmaker. Turns out the fire wasn't destruction, it was construction. Friction making lag, chaos making rhythm, opposites making the plan. So if you ever hear three voices arguing in the quiet, don't panic. That just means the mind is working. Because sometimes the strongest person in the room isn't the loudest one. It's the one who can let them all speak and still remember they're all for one. All for one. All for one. All for one. And all for one. And all for one. Yeah.
Eyes closed, you saw straight through. Empty room, and it turned blue. Yeah. I closed my eyes, you caught me hollow, nothing inside. This echoes follow, something was drawn, lines in my chest, sketch of a life I ain't lived yet. Thankful I'm pulled to the cap and gown, gravitate upward from solid ground. Graduate shame, put grace in the frame. Gratitude heavy, it bend in the chain. Pay my respects where my old self sleep. Grave in my notes that I don't go read. Ghost to the kid who was scared of the sun. Holy little whisper, said we not done, said I love her, then I let her go. Watched that hurt turn into gold. Came back round with a whole new glow. Same two eyes, but a softer soul, yeah. I was so sad, had me so long in the dark room, watching shadows grow, where the silhouettes dance till they lose control. Found a do-way with my wounded hope. Look at how one heart split in two. Talk to the past, told her thank you. Now we move light where the pain once grew. I had to break just to break through. Yeah, I had to break just to break through. Yeah. Spirals of madness, laugh on loop. 90s baby with the hand-me-down truth. VHS visions, static in the view. Tryna color in the gray with a crayon blue. You can hear my fear when the floorboards creak. All of my doubts trying hard to speak, but I breathe deep, let the shame just shake. Turn that quake to a slow handbrake. Polaroid thoughts on the studio wall. On my almost lying down the hall. Every bad take, every crack, no sum. Built me a bridge from the dark I'm from. Now high five hurt like we old friends. You were the start, not the dead end. Turn my too late to a new day glow. Little kid grin on a grown face hope. Hey, I
I was so sad, had me so low. In the dark room, watching shadows grow, where the silhouettes dance till they lose control. Found a do-way with my wounded hope. Look at how one heart split in two. Talk to the past, told her thank you. Now we move light where the pain once grew. I had to break just to break through. Yeah, I had to break just to break through. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's a broken record, say I'm a heartbreaker. Set ablaze, not burned away. Eternal flame, hellraiser. Sharp mind, insight, spark alive. 25 strike, matchbox drive. Strike the chord, ignite the core. Either or, I'm knocking at the door. Call me neighbor, next of kin. Arsonist of thought within. Two cold flints and stubborn hands. I spark the fire, neither plan. You play with fire in fragile rooms. You call it wisdom, I call it doom. I let him cook, the friction's proof. See, that's the point, the clash is gold. A blade meets stone, the edge gets bold. Linguistic diction, perfect match. Two wild sparks, the brain just caught. Friction strikes, the flint in place. Edge meets flat, the flame takes shape. Judge with order, critic with sting. Neither alone makes anything. One brings structure, one brings storm. Together, that's the perfect thing. One brings structure, one brings storm. Together, that's the perfect thing. So strike again, don't fake the spark. Some flames are born inside the dark. Why this works? Conceptually, your mind becomes like a strange internal theater. Group strips. Head forcing them to collaborate. The matchmaker literally turns friction into fire. Symbolism you already used, which is spark. Quick event records. Looking rappers, literally criticism, literally collided with the mind, forcing synthesis, so the theme becomes
two personalities fighting, while the creative mind lights matches between them.
Edge break to past, edge break to past. Edge break to dust, edge break to dust. Edge break to dust, edge break to dust. Edge break again.
I remember the day when you said you loved me, like it wasn't worth discussing, like it slipped out casual, like gravity talking. All the times I thought I was lost, no compass, no company walking, but every empty hallway echoed the same truth softly. I had no one. Then again, if there was one, I'm glad it was me. I'm glad it was me.
I remember well the evening when your voice became my own. When you said you loved me lightly like a seed already sown. No thunder in the statement, no orchestra of praise, just a quiet kind of mercy, drifting through the maze. The time I brushed it sideways like a rumor in the wind. For the war within my spirit had already settled in. I was judge and I was jury, I was witness to the crime. Every verdict self-inflicted in the courthouse of the mind.
But the mirroring grew closer like a prophet made of light, and it spoke without a language in the middle of the night. You see me, you never say the sentence, but the silence feels like touch. Every glance you cast my way tells the story just as much. For the years you called it weakness, I was holding up the frame. Every crack across the surface simply spelled another name.
Think of every lonely evening when the corridors were bare, when you swore the world had left you like a prayer without an air. Yet the shadow in the chamber never truly stepped away. It was waiting in the mirror for the courage of the day. So the battle that you boasted was a theater of disguise. For the enemy you hunted wore the shape behind your eyes.
As I wandered through the darkness, it was searching for my flame. If I stumbled through the silence, I was learning my own name. All the voices in the tempest said, all the critics in the storm, were reflections of a sculptor trying slowly to be born.
So I thank the fractured mirror and the ghost that kept me company. For the day you said you loved me like it wasn't worth discussing. Was the day I learned the only soul that never left me was me.
This final track could feel like
feel like